Hello and welcome to my Project 1 video review for MIU. My name is Jeremy Fox. First of all, I might as well point out, as you can see, I have a lot I wanted to discuss. I'm going to try and run through it quickly so I can stick to the time frame and still try to get everything out I wanted to discuss. We'll jump right into it. The first thing I wanted to mention was what went well. I actually tried a few different designs for my homepage, which obviously you're looking at here. I tried a few different things, and I liked each one so much I kind of had to eeny, meeny, miny, moe it, and ask a few friends and my wife and a few people, which one they thought was the best option, which was easiest to use, and which looked the best. And this is what I decided on, which you see here. So I thought that went well, actually, that I was able to design a few different interfaces that I thought were really well. And all the images and icons on here I created myself, mostly in Illustrator. Some, like the banner itself here, I did in Photoshop, but all the icons and all these were Illustrator. What went not so well, trying to persist the state between the different click events from the buttons on the home page. And as I mentioned, I still need to refactor and clean up some of that code. It's working for the most part. I really can't seem to break it, but I still think it can be cleaner. And what specifically I'm talking about is if I click the add a bill, I should go to the form. If I click view bills, I should go to the view bills so I can see the bills. Well, the thing is both of those exist on the same page, so I'm hiding and showing elements depending on what you click. So if you click add a bill, there it is, I want to see the form. Whereas if you click view bills, there you go, I want to see the bills without having to click add bill and then scroll down here and click display data. I don't want to have to do that from the home page. I just want to click view bills and view the bills. So I got that working. I thought that was pretty cool. Next thing is, how does this relate to previous work, jobs, life? Actually, this is pretty much exactly what I do on a day-to-day basis at work. I'm a software engineer, specifically a mobile developer at a company called Prime Media, and so that's what I do on a day-to-day basis. So I can definitely tell you from personal experience, if you're looking for justification on whether or not what we're learning here in this program will relate to the real world, it definitely will. And I've actually picked up quite a few things, and so that's cool. As a front-end developer or designer, you'll need to understand the different types of design patterns that should be used to produce applications that will not only be easy to use but look good, and that's what we're learning so far in this program, and definitely this course. How does this relate to future work, jobs, life? This activity puts us yet another step closer to completing our application and gave us some additional knowledge we can utilize in future projects and activities. Next section, implementation and justification. So we have our feature, search, and browse, and I'm going to touch on each one as to why I chose to do what I did with each one. We'll start with feature. I chose to create a couple of feature images that I have that I gave a white background, and so that it would stand out from the application's dark grayish background to provide some high contrast so that it would catch the user's eye as soon as they entered. The icons are also white, so they also do catch the eye, but we have this little animator that goes across here. The images slide in and out every 5 seconds, so you pretty much can't miss it. It's right there in front of your face. Not to mention, we as people are used to reading from top left to the top right, and then we scroll down. So immediately when a page loads, we start at the top and we look down. At least I do. So when the first thing loads, I see bill planner, and underneath that I see my little feature here. So it's right there near the top, right underneath the header. So that's my justification for why and how I chose to do the feature. Search. For my application, I didn't want to waste real estate. I wanted to and I didn't want to clutter it either. A big pet peeve of mine when developing, I hate clutter. I don't want to overdo things if I don't have to. I just want to keep it minimalistic as possible. So I didn't want to have a search bar just hanging around, sitting around in the application somewhere, taking up real estate and cluttering up my interface. So what I chose to do was put this nice little icon up here, which is a magnifying glass, which is the universal symbol for search. So what it does when you click it is, voila, it animates in a search field or search bar for you right there that you can type a keyword in and search, which obviously it's not wired up right now, so it's not going to do anything. But I thought that was a much better option than having one just floating around on the page somewhere. And then obviously your minimize makes it go away, so you can show it and hide it. Doesn't take up any additional real estate and doesn't clutter up my interface. Last, the browse. The browse section of my app, I actually decided to do as a grid view instead of the typical list view, which would be like a line, you know, a div in a row. I chose to do it in a grid view for a couple reasons. One, I felt like it reduced the possibility or the risk of quote-unquote fat fingering and possibly clicking on the wrong list item. Obviously that can be the risk of that can be reduced in list views as well with generous borders, but I felt like this was the best option. These grid views, the blocks are huge. There's no way you can fat finger these things unless you're purposely trying to click like right here in the middle just to see which one you land on, but I still left quite a bit of room in between each one. So these are plenty big enough to really reduce the risk of fat fingering. Plus I thought they looked really good, and it kind of gives it a different and unique look rather than the list view we're all used to seeing everywhere. So that's why I chose these guys. That about sums it up. That is my app. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching.